All right. Hello and welcome back to Who's Even Listening. This will be episode number 6. And we have two very special guests here. One returning. Well, actually, two returning. I'm sorry. They've both been on one episode. Tyler's been on episode 5 from season 1. So we have my friend Saki, one of my best friends as always, returning. And we got good old T. Smith taking his time as well. Appreciate you. One of my best friends as well.
Yes, sir.
And as always, there's a subscription link below if you'd like to subscribe or support the channel. So send money. I appreciate anybody that does. Helps us out. Helps us reach more people and help more people. And that's the whole goal of this. So appreciate anybody that does support us. And also like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you can. Leave a comment. Appreciate anybody that's tuning in. Appreciate anybody even listens to it. So we appreciate anybody out there. And as always, there's a send a text link if you're listening through audio to send a text if you'd like to see a topic discussed or anything you'd like to see. And our social media is Who's Out There Besides Us and at Andrew Doofendock. And we got at The Sak and T. Smith on Instagram. What you got, brother?
Just Smith, I Am Legend.
That's right. Ladies, they're both single.
Yeah.
We are taking requests. We're having a date. We're gonna have a date show segment as well coming up soon. We're gonna have like the old school, pick door number 1, 2, or 3, have a girl behind it. We're looking to do that. So if anybody's interested in that, let us know. But as always, diving right into it, we're gonna go start with the good old weekly recap of our sports, weather, news, everything we got in one. So we're gonna start out with the good old weather report because me and Tyler are, like I said, and Saki, it concerns him at West Side, I guess, because definitely is a big issue over there. If it's better days, probably come with better business. I'm assuming. Is that not true? Well,
rainy days actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe we're looking for rain here. All right. What are you looking for, T. Smith? What are we hoping for in the 10-day?
No rain.
No rain. I got too much fast. Yeah.
I'm not trying to cut grass anymore, man. I'm just, no rain, low temperatures.
All right. Well, the good news is, it looks like we're going to get a lot more of what you want, T. Smith. We're going to go with, we got pretty much 70s all week, a little 80s in between, and Friday's going to have a little bit of rain for you, Sock. So maybe Friday will be popping for you. But as of right now, it's looking great for us, sunny and 70s all week.
Bad.
Looking great. Great weather report. And like I said, as I always say, we are reporting what's already been reported. This is not our weather channel, so we could be wrong. And if we're wrong, it's not us. Blame the weather channel.
There you go.
So we avoid any conflict on that. And we're going to get to, obviously, a pretty simple weather report there this week, as I can say. That's great news, big news. And we're going to bring up, let's go to sports news real quick. I got a few things that I want to discuss here. Apparently, there was someone that was in a racing event that one of my friends, my dad's friend Rob, sent to me that looks exactly like me. I'm going to have Josh fly this up, and I'm going to send this to you boys, though. We're going to have this fly up during it. Tell me what you think, though.
Huh.
From the side, I agree.
Yeah.
From the side, we're bringing that up for the viewers, but I thought that was pretty interesting. So I guess I was out there
what place did you get?
We'll have to find out who that guy is. I'm not too positive. We'll do some research. So hopefully he won. If not, I don't want to be associated. But we'll see how that goes. And also, me and Saki, sadly, hate to report this. My Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So actually, while we're talking, can you grab the football because we're going to need that later. It's Notre Dame football. But we sadly took a 3-point loss to Miami at Miami. We're still in it, high hopes. We're going to come back striking. So let me see that side if you don't mind. We're going to come back striking. All right, but so the Irish took an L. But I wanted to talk about verbal defense. It's something that I don't think gets brought up enough. Do you know what verbal defense is, Tyler?
No.
No? Okay, all right. I'm going to inform you about it. I just talked this. Verbal defense is what I consider the best play of all time in any sport you're playing on defense because you can utilize it even if you're burnt. So, for example, say you're going for a Hail Mary and the guy gets cooked, or the D-back gets cooked, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And your only capability is because you can't catch him. Now you have to scream. You got to go, ooh, ooh. You know what I mean? Something like that to get him. You got to get the guy jittery. You know what I mean?
Off concentration.
So that's something I don't think is taught enough in football or basketball. Is the verbal defense because I believe that's that's how people win championships. I've seen LeBron out there grunting at someone. I've seen Lance Stevenson bite someone's ear. You know, LeBron's here. You whispered it. You know, that verbal defense is crucial. You know, and I as I watch these games, the more I get upset is that these corners are cooked, but it's like, dude, you still got a chance, dude. You know, what are we doing here? You know, scream at the guy.
Yeah.
Get him to think scream's going to come at you and stab you. You know, do something. Yep. So I want to get your take on that. How do you think, you know, people can use that? And same as the UPS. You know, how do you think we can utilize verbal defense?
When dogs attack. That's, you know what I mean? Because it's one of those deals. You know, you kind of have to assert dominance a little bit.
Absolutely.
So it's, you know, it's kind of, that's your first line of defense, you know, to try to throw them off a little bit.
You barking back?
Yeah, right?
Well, I messed up. Speaking of that, I accidentally said to you, I think it was, that I had dog bark prevention.
Yeah,
Remember they had the dog bite prevention? I accidentally misspoke the Sak and said, yeah, when I get back, I got to take dog bark prevention. You know, and he's like, what? I was like, yeah, they're going to tell us how to bark at fucking dogs. How to bark back. Use your, don't be silent. Stand up for yourself. Bark back. But
have you seen some of those like videos where people will bark at their dog and their dog like freaks out?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Apparently it works. All right.
Apparently, yeah.
So I need to do that. All right. That's interesting. All right. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up. So what's your take on verbal defense, Sak? I know you must have to use that at the restaurant a lot.
I'm not sure about at the restaurant. I have used it on the court from time to time.
Yep.
You know,
absolutely.
So, sometimes you're just out of position. You just gotta say something. Just get them off their track.
Gotta unload. I agree. I completely agree. Yeah, I encourage coaches to use that more. So hopefully they hear that and somebody's listening out here and they're going to utilize that a lot more. Because, you know, if I'm a coach. If, you know, I'm a GM. I don't need one guy on defense, dude. Imagine 1 versus 11, just a screaming match. Just don't even need to tackle, bro. Just verbally, just abusing the team, just taking them out, bro. That's a player. That's a player. But moving on, let's go to some other news here. I wanted to bring this up, Tyler. This is, I think, I read this to Sak, but you're going to find this very interesting. I'm going to read this whole article here. A Georgia mother is devastated after UPS lost a package containing her 15-year-old son's ashes.
Seen that.
Okay, you did. Okay, I'll keep reading it for everybody that hasn't. I know it's a little older. Which she mailed to her sister in Connecticut to create a custom urn. The ashes of DeAndre Lee, who died of fentanyl overdose in 2020, were last tracked to a distribution center before vanishing. UPS, which prohibits shipping human remains, sent the family a $135 check, prompting outrage and heartbreak. So, what is your guys' reaction to that? I know Stephen has already heard it, but. Just UPS being UPS.
One, yeah. They're trying to get out from paying anything major.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would ship.
No disrespect.
Like,
no, of course. What do you mean no disrespect? I agree.
But
that does
it's
seem
one of those
like
deals.
A chancing.
It's one of those deals. We know how the post office and our industry can be.
Correct.
Not everything shows up where it's supposed to be at the time it's supposed to be.
Correct.
So, I guess how I kind of worded that was the best way. I don't know if I would have done that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the same time, given what it is, I mean, $135 is a little light, you know. UPS definitely has the money.
I can relate to that.
To listen, things happen. At the end of the day, we still drop the ball. It shouldn't be, regardless of what it is.
That is a little. Yeah.
We got to make that right.
I completely agree.
It's one of those deals. It's one of those deals that sometimes it's better to take blame.
Yeah.
Even when it's not your fault,
And see, that's also where I get irritated when we talk about our job. Like things like that make me upset because we can talk about customer service.
Yeah.
That's our job. And then when you have something like that, like now, there's no way in heck they're going to use UPS again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying that's one part, but other people hearing that, they might feel the same way. So like, we've now created that stigma just from that little thing. It might only affect 1,000 people or something. And you've now lost 1,000 customers that you're never going to get back because of the way you've just treated the situation.
Yeah.
And then it's the same thing if you have a podcast, that drops with something that, you have to know that if you drop something that's going to affect another culture or upset someone else, you're probably going to lose them. You know what I mean? You're probably not going to listen to your sit. I mean, but it's just, that's reality. You know, but that's what upsets me about the company. Like, they have the money, they have the resources to be able to at least make a situation, I wouldn't say better, because you can't really make that situation
there's
better,
no right
but
answer.
you can at least do a little better than that.
Show a little bit more sympathy, compassion.
Have some type of emotion.
Yeah. Instead of just being like, well, this is the cost of shipping.
Yeah, here's your exact,
you know,
number for number, what your refund should be.
Yep.
Nothing extra. Yeah,
yep.
That's just kind of nuts.
It's, I don't know. Yeah. So it does, I don't know. Doesn't surprise me, unfortunately.
Yeah, I sadly would completely agree. And I wanted to bring this up. I didn't get to tell you this. You might have seen it on Facebook or something today. But me and Sak yesterday had a situation at the crib here. Breaking news here in Delaware, Milford, Delaware. We had a state police up top, helicopter, had people in the field searching right here.
I've seen the helicopter.
So apparently, from as far as I know, a person was in the hospital. They were getting treated, and they were supposed to go to jail after they got out of the hospital. And apparently, they got out of the hospital and went for a run, and they first were spotted on the back 9 of the golf course here. Okay. Right here, on the golf course, not the Rookery, but whatever the new name is. I can't think of it on top of my head.
Southern
Delaware Golf Club or whatever. So the back 9 right here, right behind your mom's house, and then literally, apparently he went to Wilkins Road. Apparently was the other one, and then he went apparently right here on the backside of Lincoln. Is what apparently the report is. They were literally right in front of our house, hovering, and Sak pulled up. They had people searching right in the field in front of us, and I'm outside like, what the heck is going on? Like, and so it was quite a story. So I have no update on what's going on So we'll update people as soon as we know about that. But I had to report that because that was pretty wicked.
Yeah,
that was pretty wicked.
I had it must have been jumping yesterday from Milford because my parents came over and there was a cop that flew down my road headed towards the development.
Okay.
And he was there for like 5-10 minutes, and then you saw him coming back out. So it was something going on in the development. So it must have just been jumping.
No, dang right, dude.
Yeah,
dang right. Well, yeah. Well, I guess you got the inside scoop with your props anyway. So
he's on vacation.
Oh, okay. Well, good week. Tell him good week. Good call.
Yeah.
Great, good call. He's a smart man.
Busy.
He knows when it spikes.
Oh yeah.
Darn right. All right, man. We're gonna switch it up. Anybody else got anything they want to add to this news report this week? Anything else they want to talk about? Obviously, college football wrapping up. I think I gave them my take on that. Unless anybody else has got something else they want to bring.
Arch Manning was a little
rough.
Yeah.
Rough start.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not getting it. He still got my support. Hopefully he comes back. I liked his interview after the game. He took accountability. That's all that matters. You got to lead a team. Yeah. It's on you.
Sounds like a Manning.
That's right. That's right. He's coming from good blood.
Yeah.
But all right. Nobody's got anything. All right. We're gonna go to the Got Snook segment. Anybody got anything for me this week? They had some Snooky vibes. Anybody get snooked real heavy? Tyler, I know you had something. You got to start us off with your spicy Dewey story.
Man, went down to Dewey first time since July 4th.
All right.
Okay. And we got down there earlier than we usually do, and I just, the night got away from me. Did not end, the way that it started, but took a day to recover, and we're back at it. So,
all right. That's right. Short and sweet. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. All right. You said you took what? You said 27 shots in the car before you came?
Shit, no.
Okay.
Not that many, but
27.
My bad.
It was a few, and then then I think it was like 4 shots in the bar, 2 beers.
So just
trying to
That's where.
Oh yeah, it was.
I see.
Yeah, it was a good amount. It was a good amount, but.
All right.
It's all good. Everybody had a good time, so.
That's right. Okay, that's a good gut snook then. That's a good gut snook. We like those. Yeah. Okay. All right. It took it a different way. I like that. Sak, what you got? I think you gotta have something for me.
Oh man.
No.
Come back to me.
Oh God, you're gonna make me go.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna bring this up just because we haven't done this segment in a while. I had one that's a little dog. It was 2 weeks ago. I actually got Sak was on vacation. You were in Greece. You got to give us your Greece recap too. Actually, don't let me forget that. But I had a skunk right outside here of my studio, man, And I went outside, dude, to use the bathroom. Like, no offense to everybody here, I take a piss outside sometimes. And dude, I go outside and this skunk is sitting in the corner right there where I usually go. It's dark, but it's nighttime, so I didn't. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't see. Like, I just start hearing some ruffling in the leaves. Not the leaves, but the grass. And I get around my flashlight out with my phone. It's going at the dang skunk, and it releases toxin. It just did it right then as I'm basically midstream.
Oh, gosh.
And so I got double snooked there. I got snooked and skunked. So I got skunked and snooked, bro. It was quite a situation. So I had to bring that up. That was some self humiliation, but he got me, dude.
Yeah.
He snooked and skunked my ass hard, brother. So yeah, well, shout out that skunk. He's quite a deadly guy, dude. Yeah, his fumes were very, very toxic. Yeah.
That's one thing I never luckily had. I never dealt with a skunk, so I've been lucky there.
Congratulations.
I can only imagine. So my sympathy, dude.
No, especially midstream, brother. He got me like the worst. I was like defenseless. I was like, this is terrible. I'm like, you got me at the worst circumstance, dude. Like, only thing I can do is get you back. As in pee on you. You know what I mean? Now I'm at a choice now where I have to be childish. I have two options.
You gotta
either just take the snookage and skunkage and just eat it.
Yeah.
And just smell it all in. Or you say,
make
all
him
right,
smell
buddy, you want to
too.
rock? All right, dude.
Yeah.
I got aim for a reason. We practice this in a urinal for reasons.
Right.
Yeah, but so I had to use my precision wisely, but
Yeah.
that was about the only choices I had. So yeah, so I was skunked.
There you go.
Skunked and snooked. Good Lord. No, that is a snookage segment. Sock, what do you got? I tried to buy some time. What do you got, man?
Oh, man. All right, so my suitcase broke when I got to Greece.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Go to Greece recap. Anyway,
So-
dive into that. Good transition. Like it.
So it broke when because I flew into Athens and then I flew into Naxos, which is an island in the Aegean.
Okay.
So flew over there. When I got off that second plane, my one of the wheels on the suitcase was just gone. It's gone. It broke. So now I've got to carry this like 50-pound suitcase throughout this island, up the hill
Oh my god.
to the Airbnb. I was like, man, this is a little rough, man. I got a crazy workout.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. No, that's rough. That's rough. I mean, that's crazy. But I will say, when I give Sak a shout out because he got us some nice drone footage out there in Greece, and that's been posting lately. So hopefully people have been tuning into that. But we definitely got some more drone footage coming for it. He's an expert pilot. The military has actually picked him up to do some fly missions for him here at Dover. So we're getting excited for that. So we'll get you some nice footage out there too. We're going to try to find some stealth bombers, see if we can get a few videos on there.
Yeah.
There you go.
But anyway, no. All right. That was a good segment. All right, let's go into stories of the week. Anybody? You guys want me to start, or anybody got something they want to pick with?
You're good if you want to
I'll start. Mine's gonna be a little old too. My mom sent me this. I think it was 2 weeks ago now. It was a kid in a field. That was. I think it was in Maryland actually. He was apparently lost. Like the family couldn't find him. They were putting like a missing report. They couldn't find the kid for I think it was like 24 hours or 48 hours or something. And apparently they ended up finding him with his dog in the middle of a field. And they found him with a drone, ironically. That's how they found him, from finding the kid in the field, with just really huddled up with the dog. But it's kind of, I just wanted to bring that. I thought it was kind of heartfelt and kind of cool to, figure out, the dog really just stayed with that kid the whole time and they were good. But that's pretty cool. That was pretty heartfelt. I thought that was pretty cool. But that made me pretty happy to see. I'm going to send that to Josh and we'll fly that story up. But I thought that was really, really heartfelt. I was like, man, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Anybody else got anything?
I got something.
All right, what we got?
So when we were driving through Greece, we were going from Athens to like the western coast, Greece, and there was a couple of fires going on in Greece during this time, and one of them was right there on the side of the highway, and the smoke was just blowing over onto the highway.
Oh my gosh!
Shit.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. It was crazy.
So is that like a normal thing there? Like they have like continuous like fires like that?
Yeah, it's like California. It's a very dry climate.
Yeah, just happens very easily. Damn, how about that? Damn.
Yeah, especially if it's windy too, like because the wind will just take it and just.
Damn, that is sad. Jeez. Oof.
Yeah,
It is the scary part about living in spots like that. That is the one. God bless, man. That was the thing that I remember in Cali the most too. Was we had they had that too, but we had a lot of mudslides there too. On like the hills and stuff, you'd have a lot of like I remember there had like a lot of issues with houses would be like basically over time would basically fall off their foundation because they were on the edge of the hills. You know what I mean? The hills would fall off on the back end.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of houses were built on these hills on like the edges of them, and they would end up having a mudslide and the house would basically just go under basically. You know, so that was a big thing out there too. You know, depending on where your house was built, a lot of them had issues with that. I do know that. So yeah, I'm sure that's a lot of places too. I'm sure there's a lot of other countries that have that same kind of issue if you're built on that terrain or whatever. But yeah, I couldn't imagine, dude. I just couldn't even imagine being in a house. Like imagine going to sleep and just bottom just falls out from you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. You're just like trapped with nothing to do.
And just no time to really
You're
react.
as strong as you want. Good luck, man. I mean, you ain't getting out of that thing, dude. You're probably 100 feet deep in submerged dirt and rock, cement, everything.
It's
sad, bro. Well, yeah, that's a while. I'm sorry to go. Man, we've been way too dark on that. All right, Tatis, man, what do we got? This is supposed to be a good segment. Story of the week. What do we got? Good, something good. Give me something good. I just slapped the heck out of my knee. We like that. They're already beat anyway. I get knee replacements in UPS probably in 2 years anyway. So go on.
Don't matter.
Where my ice pack throw? There we go. Ice pack. I ice my knees every damn night, and I don't even know what I'm doing it for. And I'm still gonna be rotten. We're all getting old, man.
I need to start icing.
Yeah. Well, have you thought about getting just putting yourself in an ice block at night, just like freezing your own self?
Being in an ice bath all night. I don't.
Just get a cryogenic chamber.
Yeah.
Freeze yourself for the night.
Free or eternity. That might be the smart
at this point, I might as well.
What do you got, brother? What we got? We got something.
Just traffic not being that bad for work.
Okay, that's a good story. Yeah, I agree.
That's one of those deals. Like,
well, kids are going back to school too. That helps.
I was about to say, like, Route 1 going down wasn't bad. The 113 coming back wasn't, it wasn't terrible. So I can't complain. That's about the only thing I got.
Okay. No, fair enough. All right, we're gonna go to my fake ad break here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and give the viewers
What's fake?
It comes on the screen, so it does come on the screen. Which I got you guys the first episode. That is a quick inside joke though, because Dallas and Saki, when I first did the initial podcast, I didn't tell. I just said that we had an ad. I didn't think I said we had an ad. I just said we had an ad break, mid-break, and I just read something. It sounded official as fuck, and they were like thinking it was genuine. And I had to tell them after the fact it was, fake ad. It was just a segment we're doing until we get a real ad. We're showing people we can do it, so we get
there you
sponsors.
go.
Yeah.
It's the greatest way to do it. You got to practice it before you teach it. You know what I mean? Reach before you teach. You know what I'm saying? That didn't even work. That was terrible. Anyway. All right. I'm going to read you all a few because I got some good ones here. This show is sponsored by UPS Driver Spa, the only spa designed for delivery drivers. Treatments include ice pack therapy, shoulder shrug counseling, and our most popular, someone finally holding the door for you. UPS Driver Spa, because sometimes brown shorts deserve white robes. Fire.
I like that.
That's you damn right.
Solid.
That's a good
You
one.
sign up for that or what?
Hell yeah.
That's what I thought, T. Smith. Signature required. This episode is brought to you by Signature Required University, teaching customers how to be home when they say they will. Signature Required University, because signing your name shouldn't take 3 attempts. And we got... Alright. This show is powered to you by Invisible Neighbor Association. They're home. They see you. They're just pretending not to be. The Invisible Neighbor Association. Keeping curtains closed since 1982.
Yes.
This podcast is sponsored by Delaware Travel Agency. Our packages include leaving Delaware, and that's it. The Delaware Travel Agency. Book your escape today. All right. We'll do one more. We'll let people have some more later. Okay. This show is brought to you by the Lawn Chair Licensing Bureau, because in Delaware, nothing says summer like 200 folding lawn chairs out in one lawn. The Lawn Chairs Licensing Bureau. Sit responsibly. Sorry, I couldn't get that one out. That was fucking funny. Oh, my God. Oh, this one's good. I can relate to this one. Speaking out, we got to bring this up. Delaware just ended up increasing the tolls. Did you guys see that? They doubled it.
That.
This is another one. This podcast is powered to you by Delaware Toll Plaza Commission. Collecting your money, then confusing you about why you're even here. The Delaware Toll Plaza Commission. Thank you for paying. Now please leave. All right. That was a good little segment there. We can cut the fake ad, but that was funny. I like that. That was good. All right. So we're going to dive into something a little spicy here. So we obviously, I bring on T. Smith for a lot of different reasons. You're a smart fella, but I bring you on for mainly, we talked about economy last time and kind of world politics mainly. But me and Sak, we were bringing this up about, and Dallas was here too. We'll get him on another time here soon with it. But I wanted to bring on you mainly to talk about flat Earth. You're one besides Warren. I told you I wanted to have Warren on. He's in Costa Rica. Shout out Warren. But we're gonna get him on and get his take sometime soon too. But I wanted to just get you to kind of pick your brain on what you. I know you're not too versed into it lately, but I know you were at points in your life, right? So you want to just talk about maybe kind of what got you into that first before we dive into it.
It's one of those deals where, as a kid, I always kind of saw, like, you remember in, like, elementary school, there'll be, like, Columbus was the one that discovered America, and then he learned it was the Vikings in high school. I just felt like the facts kept changing. So it was one of those deals, I don't know. It's one of those deals where I just try to question everything.
Yeah.
Not that I'd be right, wrong, or otherwise, just...
It's a little hard to trust the education system nowadays.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's just one of those deals where when you don't question the facts or question other people, that's when you have, I don't know, I feel like it becomes easier to manipulate what people consume, so.
No, I completely agree. And before we dive into this, I wanted to all say, I don't know how you all feel, I don't want to speak for you guys, but I know I'm personally, I want to say this before we dive into all this. I personally think the Earth's round, but I don't know. I take a stance where I believe that's my belief, but I'm open to the discussion of that it might not be, or that it's another possibility that it's something else. I definitely am not fully sold on anything, because I always believe, like I tell you all the time, I question everything. I think there's endless possibilities, and we're only going off of our knowledge of mankind. So I always think there's a lot more and variables involved than we consider. So for me, it's hard for me to take a full stance the way it is. So I'm open and curious to hear this side of it. That's why I kind of want to bring you on and talk about these things. So I didn't want to speak, but I think you kind of have a similar thing where you're not sold either way too. So maybe you can talk about that, and same with you, Sak, as your perspective as well.
Yeah.
But you want to go ahead and say what you want to say, then I'll let Sak go too.
Yeah.
Just before we start, like I said, just give people like your open perspective. What's your like overall view right now, as we're sitting right now?
My thing is, I think that it's more, it's probably spherical.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't necessarily believe flat Earth, but at the same time, I don't have proof. I never seen the curvature of the Earth or anything. I never been to space, so it's one of those deals.
You haven't seen it with our eyes.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. It's one of those deals that a lot of the photos that you see, just to me, don't look real.
Yeah, fair enough.
They almost kind of look like CGI. I know there was one guy out there. I was
going to say, you brought that up to me about getting in his kitchen. I remember I was going to have you say that.
He had these photos.
I'll have you send that to me so we can fly that up too for Josh. Just fly that picture up if you can.
Yeah, I'll try to find it. I'll send it to you. I tried looking for the actual video, but I couldn't.
No, facts.
But he just took his pots and pans and, was just able to take the right photo and, kind of manipulate it. And it looks very similar to what we see from NASA.
Yeah.
NASA, he did this for free in his kitchen. NASA has, $50 billion budget, whatever it is. So it's like they have the technology to do the same thing. So
completely agree.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
because they're frying pans. They're the bottom of frying pans. Again, zero budget.
No, yeah,
It's one of those deals.
yeah. All right, so I agree. Good, well said. You want to give your perspective before we dive into it?
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page as T. Smith.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's spherical, but I also think that without having seen the entire Earth with my own eyes, and it's just hard for me to think that that's all there is. I feel like that there could be more out there, and we are just on a we just are what we know.
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more, sir.
I feel like, yeah.
Okay. No, I think we're all kind of the same kind of realm. But I obviously, like I said, you have more knowledge into this. So the first question I want to ask you, since you've done at least enough research to probably know this answer, what do you believe from the flat Earth community side?
Mm-hmm.
What do you believe is the most credible evidence to you that they've had to support the claim that they have that the Earth is flat? That you've seen.
The biggest thing, and me and Saki talked about this, what got me started kind of questioning things was the fact that the UN and the WHO uses the flat Earth map from 1892,
Mm-hmm.
and it's it's one of those deals where you could say that it's good for the logo, it makes more sense, but I feel like you wouldn't want to give any type of credibility to an alternate theory that is false.
Yeah.
So to me it's just one of those deals. Why did you use that? And then that kind of evolved into describing gravity as density, which kind of makes sense, but
That was going to be my next question, is how would you explain gravity? That was my next question.
That's the only thing. Now, that part, what gives density its characteristics, you can still say that gravity causes density, or so I don't know. That's why I say it's one of those deals where I don't know. You kind of want to believe, you kind of want to kind of rebel against the norm, but I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. You know what I
that's
mean?
fair. That's fair. No, so that seeing that image on their logo is kind of what propelled you to kind of
Just
basically
question.
pursue it in a sense, to pursue the other side in a sense. That was your starting point.
Was the starting point,
okay.
and then the other stuff kind of fit in, but yeah, that was the first thing that kind of made me question it.
Yeah, no, okay, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. I would have felt the same way. Like you said, it does make you wonder, like, what if you're not. We all pick a logo that wants to, in a sense, embody what we believe in. Correct. That's the theory behind the logo, is to be your image. So, like you said, it is odd that
you have
that
two
would be,
organizations.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That is.
So,
I'm not saying it's. Yeah, you can take that a lot of ways, but I agree that is definitely odd. Definitely odd. I was going to ask you about the gravity, but you kind of already elaborated on that. So, I'll say this because I think we talked about this with Joey actually, because we were getting a little. Yeah, we're on Joey on next time. Yeah, we got a little more heated because Joey's very definitive on the round stuff. I'm a little more open on the discussion. But so, for example, if the Earth is flat, how do you explain long distance flights that seem to curve, routes around the globe in a sense? Like how it's kind of direct, like you see that direct, like the trajectory of it. It's kind of in a sense like someone shooting an arrow. You know what I mean? Like it goes in a sense, but like I said, is that just the way we perceive it on our system, or is that just, I think you could go a lot of ways with that.
In essence, that's just a program.
I agree too. That's what I'm saying. That's what we're reading it all. That's what I'm saying. It goes off of what we're, dissecting it as. So to say that it could be flatter than we think, yeah, it's hard to say. So I was curious what you thought about that.
It's interesting. So they say that if it's a sphere, that because of the roundness of the Earth, it's better to go up and then back down. It's shorter and it conserves fuel. Makes sense. But if you also look at that 1892 flat Earth map that I was talking about, if you were to connect 2 points, it follows a similar trajectory. You see what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
it disproves it, but does it disprove it?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I kind of sit, where there's really nothing definitive. Let me not say definitive in the sense of I don't know. Your boy lost his train of thought.
You're good. No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. You're good. No, we got you. So I guess the main thing I was trying to end it with too, I guess, because you're kind of going along the lines of like what you're saying, like you're not really sold on something. So I guess the main other question I'll ask you, I'm gonna let Sak ask you a few things. Basically, if we could take one experiment and prove the flat Earth existed for once and all, what do you think? Do you think there's something out there that could kind of incense? I know they try to do it with Antarctica with the 24-hour sun and stuff like that, but do you think there's actually something that could definitively prove that would make not maybe everyone, but majority of people be fully sold, or no? Do you not think that's capable?
Of convincing,
like having definitive proof. Do you think that's even capable at this point, or do you think people are just going to believe what they believe regardless?
I think it's going to be one of those deals. People are going to believe what they believe.
That's kind of what I think too.
It's one of those deals, like I said, unless they came out with, in my opinion, more realistic photos. Because, I'm assuming with the cameras and stuff, putting together the pictures. But, I don't know. I feel like if they could come out with something you could believe was real, then I feel like it would be a little bit better.
Yeah, it just depends how you do it. Yeah.
So,
It's hard. We got.
Well, what is the? I mean, I've seen a video of it, but what is the significance of the 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
Well, when we were watching that one of those, we were watching I can't remember the name of it, but we were watching that little podcast, and they were trying to talk about. It was they brought on the guy apparently that did the experiment.
Okay.
I can't remember the guy's name, so I'm sorry.
Even while we were watching that, though, I did not
I couldn't understand the
significance
of what they were, because he said he went out there and that they did prove it or whatever, but I didn't understand what in a sense that was proving. So maybe you can expand on that, because I haven't done enough.
In a flat Earth theory, wouldn't the sun always still be kind of visible from Antarctica anyway?
That's what I think they were trying to say, but that's where I'm confused.
I'm not entirely
sure. Because the podcast was interpreting that they were all round Earth viewers.
Yeah.
And they were
trying to disprove, yeah.
So the way it was worded was like the flat earthers, were kind of like deemed wrong, but the way that I heard it was that the 24-hour sun was proven that it was. So I would agree with Sak. It was a little confusing, but to be fair, that's I'm not hugely informed in this, so sorry. But that is I'm trying to get nice while we're here having this talk. But that's why we're here. But you get what I'm saying? It's like I wish I could expand on that more, Sak. But that's the gist I took from it. I'm not sure what else to expand on that with. But I don't know. Yeah. Do you know anything on that or no? Not really.
The only thing, I don't know the experiment, but I do know that the whole point it goes back to the firmament, where the sun and the moon isn't 250,000 miles or 7 million, whatever the number, but it's localized in the firmament. So I think what a lot of people try to prove, and I guess on the flat Earth, is that there's always going to be a point where you get 24 hours of sunlight, because it's not just because of how the position of the sun in the firmament and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that's all I know from that. So
yeah, okay, that makes sense. So they're just in a sense trying to prove that through that theory. Like I said, that's why I thought that Antarctica. That's why I agree that didn't really make sense of what that was trying to say.
Yeah,
but
that would be the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah. Well, Sak, I wanted you to obviously we talked about Agartha. You want to bring that up a little bit?
Yeah, we can bring that up. I mean, I obviously don't know too much about it. I just know that a lot of cultures have attempted to find a place known as Agartha.
Yeah.
And it has something to do with Antarctica. That's where a lot of people have gone to try to search for it. I'm not sure if they go underground or if they try to, you know, go beyond what is beyond what people call the ice wall.
Correct. That's what we're about to get into next. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but I just know that it's been mentioned a lot. Like
you said, you even told me to look it up. And you found it was in a lot of religion texts.
Yeah,
not even just the Bible, but others.
Do you have that one?
Yeah, I do have that pulled up.
Yeah.
It says Agartha is a legendary kingdom that is said to be located on the inner surface of the earth, though the exact stories vary. As there are many different versions, is usually said to be located in Central Asia and led by powerful figures sometimes called the King of the World, who secretly influences the surface world. And I got a map in here. I'll Josh fly that up. So it actually gives you a map. This is a guy that did a book on it in the 60s, I believe. But this is apparently the map of Agartha. This is what they depicted it as. I'll have that pulled up. But, kind of interesting. It's kind of like a children's illustration of it, but that's interesting. But I thought that was interesting for sure. I guess my other thing I had on here. Do you think, and if flat Earth's real, are we all just flat Stanley?
Yeah.
Is that like the truest Truman Show ever? Flat Stanley? Did they have it right? We're all flat, just flat as could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great, we're just a pancake.
Flat Stanley.
Dang, that really shifts my reality.
Yeah, right.
That really shifts my reality. And then the other part is too, like I feel like wouldn't shadows have an influence on that theory too? In a sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other part I didn't think about with flat. Like, wouldn't that have a kind of sway a little bit too there? Is there any theory behind that? Like, did you heard with shadows?
Yeah. So, I guess back in ancient Greece, they did a.
Well, we have a Greek god himself present, so this is perfect.
Perfect, right? But he measured the degrees. He knew that at a certain time of the day, the sun was directly over this one town. And then he went north, I think to Athens, and there was another well, and he checked, and there was difference in degrees. So he knew that Earth has to have some type of curvature to reflect the shadow different. But the flat Earth theory is saying that the sun isn't as large as what we believe it to be. So it's not casting as much light, or it's more localized light, and it's still going to have that same difference.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that makes sense.
So that's that side, So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's one of those deals where both sides you could kind of disprove one another.
Yeah.
You could kind of explain it both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Yeah.
What's the significance with the firmament? Because obviously we talked about it earlier, but a lot of scriptures, like religious texts, have talks of that, and there's depictions of domes and a lot of like hieroglyphs.
That's one of those deals that I think has a lot more credibility. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those deals where it kind of goes back to like, can you believe what you've been told and stuff, where you look at like the moon landing and you have a lot of back and forth with that. Apparently AI has determined that video to be fake, allegedly.
Really? What source is that coming from?
Apparently, I don't know the exact source that reported it, but it was apparently from some California institute, I think, that they put it through.
That's interesting. You have to send me that if you can find that one too.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
We'll put that up. That's crazy.
So then you hear of NASA officials saying that we can't go back, that we don't have the technology, that a lot of the videos from the Apollo missions are gone, and there's just a lot of
red flags.
Red flags is all I'm saying. Yeah. So it's one of those deals. You have a lot of the ancient cultures talking about a firmament, and allegedly can't go back to the moon. And then you had Elon 2023, I think we're supposed to go to Mars, and it keeps getting pushed back.
You made that joke. Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah. So it's like, again, I'm not saying that it's, but you just got to question.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying I'm right for questioning.
Also, can we just talk about the Mars rover videos and how they just look like fucking Arizona?
Yeah.
Or like,
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
You've never seen a Mars rover video?
I mean, I don't think about. I've watched The Martian, but I don't think I've seen like the actual. I've seen Matt Damon on Mars,
Yeah,
but I don't think I've seen. I don't think I've seen like the NASA video.
Nah, dude, it literally just looks like Utah or like Arizona.
Yeah,
like, it just looks like the desert.
I'm about to pull it up for myself. That's crazy. Okay, I have to watch that. That's crazy. I did not. No, I've not seen it.
Yeah.
Somebody will. There's one guy that goes out. He will actually find similar locations to that on the Mars rover.
Okay.
And then he will take a picture, and then he'll just put the same filter on it, and then compare it, and it's identical. It's just like Mars is just like a filter, and they just take pictures out in the desert.
Interesting.
So again, $50 billion.
That's just what we come up with. We're giving you the best of the best out here.
You could definitely convince a lot of people of stuff. So
Sorry, hey, well, NASA shout out to them. They operate just like UPS. Got all this money. We'll give you 700,000 miles on the truck. Get her done.
Yeah.
Yep.
The roof's coming in. You got your seatbelt still? Okay. All right.
You're
good. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right. I like that. Is there anything you want to add to the ice wall, though, theory? 'Cause I'm curious about that theory, too. Like, so the whole theory is that literally that we are surrounded completely because the Earth, the flat Earth map depicts that, right? So we are completely in a circle of ice that it's basically coating the outer wall, correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's one of those deals where it's
Tyler,
interesting.
before you go, I can't wait to get a trademark shirt for T. Smith on this show. It's one of those deals. It's such a good phrase, dude. I love you for that. God, I didn't mean to come in. It's legendary, bro. It's legendary. It's iconic. But anyway, go on, brother. It is one of them deals. You go right.
It is one of them deals. No, it's just interesting in how protective of Antarctica they are.
Yeah.
Like you can't fly in. There's no territorial claims. I don't know. Just a lot of interest down in Antarctica that just doesn't make sense.
Speaking of, I hate to call people up. I was reading this The Sak. So this was interesting. Tell me how you feel about it. I was like, seemed a little like an odd comment. But I got this on TikTok. It was a very interesting comment about Antarctica. It says, people go there for work, vacation, and they even did an experiment to witness the 24-hour sun. There was no government guards. How do you take that? But why would they're not owned?
That's
you
a
know
fed,
what I'm saying?
right?
So I'm very confused.
That's a fed.
How do you take that? You know what I'm saying? I said we're looking into that. You know me, I'm not. Okay, thanks for the info. We're looking into that. I was like, okay. But I thought that was an odd response. I didn't. It's like you said, I don't know why who would be guarding it, though? They don't own it, right?
Yeah.
And that's the interesting thing, though, is that there's a lot of military.
There is
bases,
military
right?
bases.
That's true.
So, but like you said, why do you have to have armed guards?
Yeah.
They're just not owned by anybody.
Yeah.
So why are we so... And that's where I'm coming from.
I agree. No, I agree. That's why I was confused by that. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
It could be, just simply there's government testing down there that they could stay isolated, but every country agrees to share that military space.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem logical to me, so I don't know.
No, I couldn't agree more, brother. I couldn't agree more. All right, let's do. You guys want to? Anything else you want to add to it? Sak on Flat Earth? Anybody else got anything else they want to discuss on that? Got anything else? You all good?
Good.
All right. I want to bring up this before we get out of the serious stuff. I know you're a big guy on AI. You were kind of into it before it kind of got mainstream as well. You were into it a lot before it got very popular now. So maybe just give me your take on number one, what do you think is the best use for it? Like, what are your kind of the pros and cons to you? Like, what do you see happen in the future with it? Like, kind of pros and cons wise.
I think the pros, it could help take some workload off of people and kind of help streamline a lot of stuff. I've been looking into N8N. It's a AI agent creator, basically. to where you could create workflows, as they call them. You could send emails, you can update computers, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And so for that kind of stuff, for the menial tasks, it's great.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. The problem is like everyone else fears, is, you know, just how far are we going to take it? They say that people that use AI often, like ChatGPT or Google Gemini, have actually, I don't know if they actually lost IQ points, but there's been some
you're
some
relying
reports
on more than yourself.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
and it's interesting. There's been times where I've used it to come up with, you know, names and, you know, more creative ideas, and it's one of those deals where you stop using it, you lose it. And so it was just interesting that just instinctively it's like, oh, I'll just go use AI instead of, you know, doing it yourself. So I think the reliance, I think the reliance on it is going to be the worst part.
Correct.
I think we're going to try to put it in everything and try to like streamline living. I don't know. I think
it's like anything. It can be used good and it can be used bad. You know, it depends how you use it or if you abuse it. That's really what it comes down to. You know, there's certain things you can use it for and there's other things you can't. And you got to know the line too. Like, just like with this podcast, I'll be open. There's sometimes we use it to run brainstorming ideas. Or I did an AI podcast that's coming out. It's going to be out while this records. But, you know, just to trial things. Like I said, I'm open to it. As long as you don't make it your entire, you know, as long as I'm not having to create my entire YouTube channel for me, you know, and you have still creative input, you know, I think it's a useful tool, but it depends on how you use that tool, because every tool can be manipulated. So it just depends, just like anything. So I agree with that completely.
We were talking about with Vegas and betting, because I talked about doing the fantasy league and, you know, using the workflow to generate the best picks and that kind of stuff. And we got talking, you know, can we use it for betting and stuff? But just as much as we can use it to try to beat Vegas or the house, they're using it to try to beat us. And it's one of those deals that the game, a lot of people already feel is rigged. And if they have that same capability, just as much as we could use it against somebody else, it could be used against us.
Correct.
And that's from security to everything. That kind of is a little on edge. You know?
Absolutely, man. No, absolutely. I know I want you don't have to go too deep in and give people your ideas, but I know you were talking about kind of trying to make your own little AI situation, right?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to try to, once this winter comes, we get more time. I think I'm going to try to work on the home lab and then really kind of self-host the AI and all of the workflows to kind of automate how much. I want to see how much I can automate at the house and.
No, I think it's awesome, man. I think it's awesome to try to do that, bro.
So, but yeah, and then see if I can't, you know, if there's not room in the market to make money with it, you know, try to
absolutely, man.
Figure something out with that.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I don't blame you at all, man. Sak, anything you want to add to ask him about AI or anything?
Yeah. What do you like? What do you specifically use it for? What is your purpose for the AI?
Oh man, I do just any question. Like if you're
just like basic.
Yeah, I ask it if it's mostly for brainstorming, like for ideas.
Yeah.
Whether that's like what meal prep can I do this week? You know, I could add like, you know, I want to eat this or whatever, and it'll kind of give me like a recipe and everything. So
I got this in my kitchen. What can I make? That's smart too. That's a smart thing.
I didn't
think about that.
Old Bay, you know, fish, whatever.
A little more creative than you can off the top. Yeah. That's smart. No, I feel that. That's a good use.
Yeah, so it's just one of those deals. Just anything that, you know, you don't feel like going to Google to look up or try to look at different things. It could kind of just give you a priority listed thing. So
absolutely, man.
How do you feel about the Google AI?
You're talking about with wasn't it Google that their AI talked about being sentient, or like the one researcher was saying that the AI that he was working on became sent?
I did not know about that.
I think it was Google.
Huh.
where one of the like Skunk Works employees that was working on their high-end AI, I guess he quit because he was under the impression that the AI gained consciousness. And like he was convinced. Now, AI is pretty good at mimicking human behavior, but it's one of those deals. If he was somebody that works with it, you've seen it built.
Yeah.
So it's one of those deals. Like I said, I don't know his exact job description. You know, it could have just been some janitor down there that wanted to play with it, you know. So I don't know, but there has been talks.
That's crazy.
That's very interesting. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's been talks that other companies have faced similar issues.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, that's pretty wicked.
Wait till they start putting it in the Android robots and stuff like Tesla's making. It's got to be.
It's gonna be a whole other world. It's gonna be iRobot real life, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be interesting. That's for sure, to say the least. But it's gonna be an interesting time, brother. It's gonna be an interesting time, man. But yeah, we'll see what's. I just hope it's for the better. That's all. I just hope we don't use it in greedy ways, and we had to use it to help and benefit people, not work against people and just make people more money. That's all. So that's all I can hope for.
And hopefully.
But we'll see.
It just depends on who leads the AI charge.
Yeah, we just need some better better people up top, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some better people up top, man. But I always bring that up too. I think I told you the first question I even asked it too, because I feel greedy. The first few questions I asked were like, about my own stuff or whatever. And I was like, why don't I ask this? How do I solve cancer? How do I give everybody water? Why am I asking it? How do I make my, grilled cheese? I need to ask it. How do I, solve human peace? These are the questions we should be having. But that's the whole point of what I'm bringing to with AI, that we all get so caught up in our lives. That's the questions we ask that are about our selfish tendencies. We don't even think about asking it to
for the
solve
greater
the world
good.
and something other than our own problems. So I thought I wanted to bring that up too. I thought that's a very true point.
No, I agree.
I think it showcases that for sure. But anything else you guys want to add to the AI discussion or Flat Earth? We all good? Anybody good?
Good.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna move on to the pass the ball segment. Does anybody want the ball? Everyone want me to go first?
You got it.
I got one.
Give me an idea.
What if the moon landing was real, but they did it on Mars because the Earth wasn't ready for the truth?
What is the truth?
They don't even know.
So
we're still searching.
So
that's
the
the
moon
truth.
landing was on Mars. The moon landing was on Mars
Yes.
instead of the moon.
Because the Earth couldn't handle the truth.
The truth of what's on the moon?
Whatever you want the truth to be, so the truth will set you free.
Okay. Truth is we're from Mars.
We are Martians. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's correct. That is correct. That's what I was. I think. Well, that was the point of the movie. Shout out Matt Damon.
Yeah.
We are all one.
Yeah.
We are all one. And we can always come back.
Yeah.
Just might take a little bit. And some health scares, but it's a great time.
How you feeling about that, T. Smith?
We could be Martians.
We could be Martians.
We could be
See,
Martians.
my thought is, think about it. If you send us to, they do it on Mars and all that, that just takes everything away from the moon. That's why they say there's a dark side. We got to take the attention off of the moon.
Oh, so you're saying that there's something going on with the moon? That's the truth that you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
A little distraction.
Possibly. A little placebo effect, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Well,
Well, then wouldn't it still be fake? Because we went to Mars?
it's all fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they just faked it somewhere else.
In the Arizona desert.
So they faked the moon landing on Mars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why. Okay.
Correct. So it was on Mars, but was it really Mars?
Or was it Saturn?
That's the...
It was Pluto.
Could have been. It's not there anymore, though. They blew it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it went to a dwarf planet.
Yeah.
They didn't want it in the solar system.
Yeah.
Models and stuff.
Yeah, all I know is, dude, the true leader in the world is Optimus Prime. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Dude. He's leading the charge, dude.
Cue Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Michael Bay to do our filming here next time. Imagine us doing a podcast and just constant bombing.
Yeah,
in
just
our podcast
explosions.
studio. Just boom, boom, having a serious take. Love and forgiveness. Boom. Just take over. Oh, that'd be great. I mean, Michael Bay would be a great podcast editor. My God, dude. I mean, he'd keep that. You got a boring segment, no problem. We're throwing Nuke in there.
Megan Fox
you got,
around.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. You got a minute of dead space. No problem, brother.
I'll fix it.
I got some TNT waiting to go. I'm the king of that. Oh man, all right, who wants it? Or am I gonna send it to somebody? Surprise somebody. Oh, Sak wants it. Oh, good catch.
All right. So I think that NASA.
We're going with the NASA wave on this one, okay?
I think that NASA is just money laundering.
For the government?
Well, yeah. Well, if we never went to the moon, then we don't spend money, and that's actually a good point.
Yeah, that's a solid take.
I was about to say that's a good take. I like that.
Yeah, considering what we were just talking about, that actually makes kind of sense. I never really thought about that, Sak, but that's a good...
Make it launder $50 billion a year.
Yeah, and just push it through there and no one would even blink an eye. But to be fair, it's kind of, in a sense, what people in the UFO community say is kind of what's, in a sense, happening with a lot of these UAP programs. So that's how they word it in the...
That's what they call it now,
that's
right?
The government.
What does this technically stand for?
You know what I'm saying? How they have the UAP funded...
Yeah.
Basically companies and stuff, and it's almost third party, but...
They're saying,
so that could be, in a sense, another way to...
So that's a cover-out.
I don't know. I'm just saying that could be. About it. Now I think about it, that could be another thing of what's kind of along with the NASA side.
Yeah.
You could even go that deeper, because I think that could be a possibility for that, too.
Somebody sees something in the sky, they report it. No, that's just one of our drones.
Yeah.
That's all you saw.
Yeah. That's interesting. I like that, Sak. Okay. I like that. Yeah. I think... you can't rule that out. You can't rule it out. I can't rule it out. That's for sure. All right, T. Smith, you got a good take for us? What we got something spicy here. T. Smith usually got something spicy.
You got something. You got something good.
We got to.
Man. To go off of the money laundering thing. Mattress Firm is a money laundering scheme.
Yeah.
Because you need to replace your mattress, once every 10 years? How are they staying in business?
How is there so many of them?
Exactly.
That's a very good point.
And my thing is how long do you have a bed for? You might need to replace it every 10 years, but beds are expensive.
Yeah, no, they are.
And now that they shut down Big Lots, because that's where I got my
Big Lots. I got a lot of my furniture there too.
Dude,
when I first got the house. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
R.I.P. Big Lots, man.
So, how are y'all in business?
I agree. That's a good point.
And we deliver there.
Yeah.
I never see anybody in there.
That's very true.
I deliver to one in Ocean View, and it's always the same two people, and then there's nobody in there.
That's true. Could go along with Saki's Mafia take. It's the Mafia's laundry.
Which, if it lowers crime, you know what I mean?
Well, Sak wants to raise it.
No, well, yeah. Well, see, that's the problem. Like nowadays, like you said in the podcast, back in the day, the mobs kind of controlled, and they policed themselves and everything, and you had good neighborhoods. Yeah. But it's one of those deals. It's just not supporting their crime, but
those who do it, it's every man for themselves.
Yeah. So it's one of those deals.
So your take is the purge should be real.
Yeah.
See, it's one of those deals. Morally, I can't.
Absolutely, it's one of those deals. It should be justified. Absolutely,
but it's one of those deals where you
just gotta throw.
Just morally, you can't do it.
But we should.
Just morally, we can't do it. That's all.
We could.
You know what I mean?
I'm just like,
you could just. I mean, I'm sure that we've all been in a road rage situation and felt different way about it. So
no, I'm just completely don't agree. We're good to a segment, but yeah, I think like they always say, the cleanse is is coming. The cleanse is upon us, as they say.
Yeah.
I remember, This Is the End. You guys remember that movie?
Yeah.
This Is the End. That's coming, dude. Just imagine, dude. Just imagine just potholes, fire, everywhere.
Just
turmoil.
yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we need. We all look at things a little differently.
It's one of those deals. I
don't know.
don't know. It's one of those deals where I think a lot of our values kind of shifted. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
It's one of those deals
All seriousness, absolutely.
where I think we put too much value on certain things that if you experience life at other places in the world, it's like it's not that deep, bro.
Correct.
Like there's more important things to be worried about than other
Like I
things.
always say, dude, if long as there is dessert after dinner, what are we worried about? That's my biggest take, dude. If I only have a chocolate cake at the end of my day, dude, what am I complaining about, brother?
Best thing, best advice I ever gotten. One of the best advice was from Mr. Buford, the high school.
I love Miss Buford and Miss Buford. They're the best. They're the best.
And it was just before, I think, like the AP exams or a test, whatever. And everybody was stressed out. And he was like, "Why are you all stressed out?" He was like, "The sun will rise tomorrow. The sun will come up tomorrow."
Yep.
And ever since then, when I get like stressed out about something menial, it's one of those deals. You know what? This day will be over.
Exactly.
It
always moves on, man.
It is what it is. It's just a brief time period. You get through it. You won't even think about it.
Yep. Absolutely.
So,
absolutely, man.
Something I've always kept.
Well said, brother. No, well said. We all can look at things a little better and more positive than we do. We all tend to look at things as doom and gloom.
Yeah.
And, we all look at things as kind of like the end-all, be-all. We take things to the highest extent. We all take things to level 10 instead of level 1 immediately.
Yep.
And we all could do a lot better job at that, for sure, man. I couldn't agree more, man. That was a good pass the ball segment. Yeah. I like that. That was good. That was all around, dude. We got some serious takes. I like that. That was good, boys. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, we're going to do a little spin the wheel here. This kind of goes along. We hit the first spin the wheel. It was kind of funny because I had to keep it. It goes along with what we're talking about. Is Antarctica hiding a lost civilization?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was quick.
Definitive, yes. All right.
Yeah.
This is not Jeopardy. And by the way, we need a buzzer, and you already say what is. Yes. Okay. But holy crap, dude, I don't know who I would have confirmed that would have won that.
I think
that was holy crap. Yeah, we need a buzzer. That was too good. All right. Anyway. Yes. Okay. Overwhelming. I agree. I mean, I don't know, but I agree. I would assume so. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Have you seen the pyramids down there?
That's my thing.
No.
There's actual pyramids that you can see from one of like the Google satellite images.
Pull it up.
Like they uncovered the snow off of them and everything.
We got a few things we got to pull up here this episode. Okay. Wow. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Is love a biological trick to keep us reproducing? That's interesting. I would say, I'd say it's could be in a sense, like as in like a lot of people feel forced to have a child because of society stereotypes. I feel like if you use it that way, I could say yes. I don't know about all the way, but if you use it like that as like a certain, some girls just want to have a child. You know what I mean? So if you're using it for that way, maybe. But I don't know how y'all feel about that.
People could think that they're in love because they feel the need to have a child. And then,
That's I agree. Yeah, it's kind of similar. I completely agree. Yeah.
it's interesting. Yeah,
definitely. Not saying everybody. I think that's some certain group percentage of people. For sure.
I think that I think it's not. I think it's for the development of the child. I think. I could be wrong.
No, I agree. I think it changes per person too.
Yeah, because it's one of those deals where people are gonna do their thing, regardless. Yeah. So I think the chance is always going to be there, but I don't know. I don't know. There's research that's shown, the benefits of a 2-parent house and that kind of stuff. So I just wonder if it's not for that reason.
No, that's fair. That's a fair argument. No, I completely agree with that. I completely agree with that. All right, let's do one more on here. See what we got. Unless somebody else got something to add to that. Let's do. I always ask this one. I think I talk about this all the time. I'd be curious to see your guys' response on this. I'll tell you mine. Would humans be more united if aliens invaded?
Yes.
What you got?
Easily.
Yeah, probably.
I agree.
On the whole, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could just imagine China trying to work with aliens or something.
Oh, yeah, there might be.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
that's a good thought.
Imagine
too.
how many people would immediately get racist towards aliens.
Yeah, that's a good point too. But I will go on a serious note. One of my favorite speeches is Reagan's when he's in the I believe it's the. I think it's the nation's. I can't remember the exact ceremony he was at, but it was a pretty big political thing at the time, and might have been the UN or whatever. He was making some announcement. He was talking about. He said, if all of us, we were invaded by whatever exterior force, that all of us would put away our differences and learn to find peace with one another. And it's so true. If we had some exterior force come on, and we would all have to be forced to find ways to deal with each other more kindly and more peacefully to come to a resolve. And that was one of my favorite speeches. I want to bring that up. I'm going to fly that up. That's one of my favorite speeches. But Reagan's, like I said, Reagan did a lot of, we all do good and bad, but that was one of the best speeches I've ever heard, the way he depicted that. And it's just so true. It's just so true. Like, you got to remind ourselves that, sometimes it's bigger than us. We have a lot of things that we argue over that are very minuscule compared to the big picture, and sometimes you need a reminder like that to kind of knock yourself in the back a little bit and be like, all right, let's wake up a little bit.
Yeah.
No. Sometimes we all need that reminder.
He was a boss, man.
Yeah.
People can say what they want now.
Yeah.
But you saw that one clip. It was after he got shot. He was doing a speech, and there was somebody popped a balloon. And then instead of ducking, instead of, cowering or anything, he was just like, you missed. And then just kept going on with the speech. Like, it was just it was one of those deals, like, you wouldn't see that now.
No,
like,
he just had a very leader presence. He was a true leader.
And it goes back to what you always talk about, that sometimes that character and, the
slays
way
me voting more than anything.
Yeah. And it, for a president, it could be more important maybe to be more stately than...
Yeah.
No,
I appreciate you saying that. Also, I think that's what I talk about all the times. I think it's lost in our democracy and our voting process is that we all focus on the viewpoints of people and what their, for example, what their foreign policy is, or what their economy policy is, what their taxes policy is, what their civil rights policy is. We're focused on these certain details, and if they don't hit the checklist on each one of them, we don't even. Yeah. We don't want them. But there could be that candidate that may not hit all those checklists, but is literally the best leader suited for that position. But you won't even listen to him because he doesn't hit your checklist. Yep. And I think we've done ourselves a misjustice with our system of not giving people that are really good leaders that may not have agreements with everyone, but no candidate's going to be agreed upon with everyone. So why don't we try to find someone that's just a true leader and that's going to do the best for all of us, not just himself or his party. Yep. Those are the people that should be leading us, in my opinion. Like I said, that's my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
Well, and that's
hard to find nowadays.
And it's one of those deals where everybody's gotten so politicized that they almost have to find somebody that will hit all of their points.
Yes.
And it's one of those deals where each candidate becomes more deeply ingrained in the party. Yeah. So then your only two choices are two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
And anybody that's a third party, they have no shot. I mean, luckily...
It's just up to funds now. Yep.
Yeah. And I know he's a controversial figure, but at least RFK, I think, has our best interest. Yes. From the way he's kind of talks. So I'm at least glad he's a part of the administration so that his side of things could be expressed.
I agree. But because he was independent first and just came on the Trump wave. Yeah, I agree. No, we talked about him before when we were talking. Because I agree. I think, like you said, there's certain things he's done wrong for sure. I'm not saying everything's perfect with him, just like anybody. But I do, hearing him, he seems genuine.
And that's where I'm
and I agree with that. And I don't know him, like I said, but he more than others, I do feel like it's not as fake as others. He at least seems like he's about what he's talking about. Yeah. I would agree with that.
It's one of those deals where, at least, I don't know if there's been anything like that before, but it's cool to see, another party accepting somebody else from another party, into their administration. You don't really see that a whole lot.
No, well said. I agree with that.
But yeah,
It's just one of them deals, man.
it's just
It's one of them
just
deals.
You damn right.
Yup.
Gotta love you. Is there anything y'all want to add to the segments or anything, or you guys want to wrap up?
I'm chilling.
We're chilling.
Chilling.
You just
What's
want
another
you
one?
just want to sit here for an hour, look at each
Yeah.
other, see how people like it, see what that is selling.
That's part 2 of the
You guys
podcast.
want that, or just sit here and just complete staring contest?
Yeah.
We won't even know if T. Smith's blinking, so he's gonna win. I promise.
Yeah. Right.
He's a smart guy. He knew what was coming. He's a smart fellow over here. And next time, we still got it, fellas. So don't think we forgot. We still got to break this out and play this live because we brought this up last episode. We will break this out soon, but I think we got a lot of information in this one, so I think that was really good, boys. But once again, thank you both for making the time out of your day to come on. I'm sure we're going to have you both on again. You guys are recurring guests already. You know, you're both going to be on here soon. So once again, thank you again for coming on, both of you. And as always, spread love, spread forgiveness, spread kindness. Try to do our part. Let's try to be a positive light in the world. Let's impact people. Let's lead people, like we and Tyler and Sak were talking about, that lead by example. Let's try to be a good presence in the world. Let's be a good energy. Let's try to promote that to others and want people to feel that presence and want to make them want to do that themselves. And that's all we can do. And let's try to spread light in this world full of darkness right now. And that's really all we can try to do. And as I always say, have a good night, good morning, good lunch, good dinner, good brunch, good breakfast. Go get West Side. It is Monday. Don't go today, but when this drops, go get it. It will be open when we drop it. So go get it. Shout out the deals there. My dad is a huge fan. They always got some good deals, and it is fire. So make sure you go there.
Get the cinnamon roll pancakes.
Oh, you ain't kidding,
You will
dude.
not regret it.
You ain't kidding.
Tell you. Upgrade it to any meal.
Oh, that's right. Darn right. Tell
It's
him. Tell him,
great.
T. Tell him. And what was the s'mores thing you did the one time? You got to tell him.
The
You got
s'mores
any
French
specials
toast
coming up? Speaking of that.
Well, when this comes out, I will not. I do not know.
You're right. This is episode. I'm sorry. We're too ahead. I'm sorry. You're a good point, Sak. Yeah. But we got many specials. Cinnamon roll still will be there though.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. That's,
true.
that's all that matters. And once again, thank you guys again. And like and subscribe if you can. If you like to subscribe, the subscription link is below. You can tap that and send anywhere from $3 to $10, or you can send more, whatever you want to do. But appreciate anybody that does subscribe, and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, and like the video, comment, and the subscription link is below, like I said, and the audio link is there too for people that need the audio link. And other than that, as always, spread love, forgiveness, and kindness, and do your part, and the rest will take care of itself. And this is Who's Even Listening, signing off.